Alright, so today we're going to be doing a install and unboxing of the PowerTRONIC's Piggy-back plug-and-play ECU. I've already opened it up a little bit, just kind of looked around. And inside we got the tuner itself, or the ECU itself. Got a little quick start guide, just kind of like a rough overview of what it is. This is the stock coupler. We'll use that at the end to test to make sure everything's plugged up, hooked up correctly. Our cable for the computer. The wiring harness. And some stickers, zip ties, and keychain. Alright, so it looks like the first step we're going to have to do is remove all the side plastics, seat, and at least loosen up the gas tank. But I might go ahead and just remove it completely. Might make it a little bit easier to get to everything. Alright, let's get to that. Shoo! Alright, to remove these side covers, you're going to have 2 bolts. One right here, one right here. Well, 3 bolts. And then one more right up in here. And after that, you just kind of want to give it a little, give it a bit of a yank there. Just one more spot right here. Give it a yank right here. Pop right off. Shoo! Alright, well, got the fuel tank removed. That's pretty simple. There's 2 vent hoses right here, and there's 1 bolt in the front. And there was a little 4mm Allen on this side and this side. And then over here on this side, there's a connector right here that you have to pop loose, which is kind of a little bit different than a normal connector. You gotta slide this clip back. Slide this little gray clip right here back, and it slides right off. Then once you get all that undone, lift up on it, and there's 2 fuel connections, and this 1 harness plug right here, which was kind of tight to get off. I had to use a screwdriver to pry up on that to be able to slide it off. Alright, so everything is removed. Even going with a little extra and going ahead and just removing the whole gas tank. It probably didn't take me 30 minutes to get down to this. But besides the gas tank, I removed both seat brackets that your seat rests on. They're right here. And then you pop this guy right here loose. Bolts there. Loosen this 6mm Allen up. And just kind of flip it out the way. I assume we do that so we can run all the wires through here really easily. Oh yeah, I forgot to add that you gotta remove this ignition cover, which has a ground wire on the back side of it that you don't want to forget to put back. Alright, so now it's time to start laying out this harness. Alright, so it says everything but the TPS sensor has to go down the left side of the bike. Alright, the harness is all installed. Just gotta bolt this coil back up. Everything's zip tied up out of the way to where it won't get pinched by nothing. I just have to hold that down. I might throw one more tie around that actually. But so far the only challenge I really had with this was getting this throttle position sensor unclipped. There's a little boot over it, and you gotta cut the tape and slide the boot up. But then once you do that, there's like no room, so you gotta reach up under back here, get to the plug, hold it with your finger, and then use a screwdriver to push the plug off. Once I did that, it popped right off. Alright, let's get this tank back on. Alright, so now that I got everything connected, the ground wire is hooked up. There's 2 extra plugs here. I got this one still for the 2 position map switch, and this one right here is for a quick shifter, which we don't have on this bike. Might get a map switch later on down the road, but as of right now, it's not something Megan's gonna want to fool with. Alright, so let's get this stock coupler hooked up, and we'll see if everything's plugged in right. Alright, so apparently all we gotta do is plug this in and turn the ignition on. Alright, it's plugged in. Moment of truth. Alright, TPS is working. It's lighting up. Alright, looks like for everything else to be working, I gotta fire it up. Alright, crank is working. Cold. See if it stays running now. Alright, well I think it's alright. I think where it didn't want to start and it shut itself off, I think that's where I took the fuel tank off and there was just air in the fuel system. Because it didn't want to start until I gave it wide open throttle. And when I did that, it fired up. Sputtered, died, fired up next time, ran fine. And now it seems to be starting up just fine. Start it up one more time. Yeah, firing right up like normal. Alright, let's get this tuner hooked up. Alright, got the tuner hooked up now. Let's see how it runs with that. Oh, fingers crossed. Alright, well, not riding it, just starting it up, I definitely noticed that it's definitely running smoother. And revving it was smoother. Just the way the throttle response has definitely changed on this bike so far. That's instant. But I guess I'll get this mounted up on here. Alright, I got it mounted up here against the side panel. You know, just use some heavy duty Velcro. Get this stuff on Amazon. So, just let up. I use this stuff all the time for all kinds of things. It comes in handy. Alright, I think I can even still wedge. These tools. Maybe not. There's not a chance of that. We'll find somewhere else to put this. Fixed. Alright, well let's get all these panels back on here and seat back on. And we'll wrap this up. Now that I'm going through and putting these back on, I realize there's a little slot right here that slides up onto that. So whenever you take these off, be cautious of that. You don't want to break that little tab. Alright, get the bolts in, we're done. I don't know what I did with my ratchet. Found it. Alright, well, that's going to conclude this video. I have one more part that I'm waiting on, but after I get that installed, we'll go out and do a test ride on it and see how she feels. Alright, see you on the next one. Phew!